Good morning, you guys. So I want to kind of do this real quick. I was reminded of this when I put out the Michigan dam break video. Okay, I remembered that I had a dream or a vision about it, and then Sister Sherry mentioned it. So on yesterday or the day before yesterday, I went back to search it out and listen to the video, and it seems as if there was a Nebraska failed levy last year, okay, and there had been a dream that a there was the dream or vision that I put out. It was tornadoes, flooding, and dam break. Okay, last year it was Nebraska levee break. So I did look on my phone. I looked on my phone to see what was up with it, and this was one of the articles that popped up. I couldn't find the same one that I found on my phone for the video, but basically, the repairs haven't been made yet. Okay, and um, it's the repairs haven't been made, and then now we had the Michigan. Okay, um, that one last year affected the Missouri River and so on and so forth. Okay, let's see. Looks like FEMA is dragging their feet also. I just thought that was weird when I found that it says Lake Shara. Here we go. Most levee breaches along closed along um, Missouri River in Nebraska and Iowa. That's not what I saw earlier. Let me see. Maybe this is the one. Yeah, I think this is the video. The flooding was unimaginable. Okay, more than 80 cities and 70 counties were underwater in Nebraska, and 3 deaths have been blamed on the historic flooding. It was just as bad as uh, the flooding that we just saw in Michigan dam breaks. Okay, so this seemed to be like one or two or three updates that I did on the Nebraska levee fail. So my whole point is, you guys, it something's every year. Also, about around that time last year, we had the bomb genus cyclones. Okay, where it was snowing, some new phenomenon. Okay, um, with the I said cyclones. What you call it? Snow. The snow we had. Okay, they call it what they call the bomb genus snowstorms. That's what it was. Okay, in the Midwest. If you look down here at the bottom, I did have a dream about the U.S. rectangular states in the Middle East, and brass. I really think, the blizzards and stuff that we had that year, and also if you want to think about it this year, is the earthquakes that are ramping up that would affect areas like Nebraska, Utah, all those areas in the Midwest, and also the for the pandemic on this year, the Rockefellers in their plan. I noticed in one of those in a video I've seen not too long ago, they wanted the CV to be centered in the Midwest. Also, maybe if I find that video, I'll have it in my notes. I'll come back and do that. Not only New York, but CV virus to be in the Midwest area, and other things, you guys. So let me see. So when I I kind of remembered it when I made the Michigan dam break video. And then, like I said, Sherry reminded me of it. It just was so sad, you guys. I didn't really want to get into all that and kind of do the update of the vision that I had. But apparently, I've had many dam break visions and dreams, flooding. Okay, and this is not even hurricane season yet, but we've had, of course, the Lord have showed me that we was going to have an active hurricane season. I think we had a category 5, and we've had some typhoons, or a typhoon or two, maybe one, category 5 in another ocean. I can't even remember where it was last week. Also, when Sister Kim put out a video, she told me about it. It's probably one of just a few videos I've watched in the past couple days. I had a real bad toothache, you guys. So I wasn't able to make the videos like I wanted to, but she made a video, and I'm just summarizing. She heard that upon awakening, I believe, the enemy always, and I'm just summarizing, cuts communication before it attacks. And my first thought was an EMP, and my it automatically reminded me of a video update that I just did of something happening every year. Also, if we had the dream that I had, it was a ring of fire, a flying football, and I had this thing in my hand that looks like the mysterious metal towers that went up in New York a couple of years ago. And I lit the fire, and I told them, tell them I lit the fire, went out like a lighter, because that's how these towers are shaped. I had it in my hand, the fire went out, and I kind of faded in the background, like I felt faded out of the scene. I said, tell them I know about the EMP. Okay. So year after year, first it was the California wildfires, where I saw an actual ring of fire on the hillside. Then the second one was we had the Paradise fires. And then the third update that I recently did, there was an actual ring of fire. Another actual ring of fire that when a cell phone was ringing. Let's see if I can find it. When a cell phone was ringing, the material, this little material that they had circled around the telephone would catch on fire. So it just reminded me of direct energy weapon being used every year, because that's one of the main reasons why we had such bad California wildfires, you guys. People's cars were burned. It was discovered that, lasers were used because cars were melted. These weren't just ordinary wildfires. And the metallic towers went up that year. Then the next year, they were talking about those mysterious metallic towers that were supposed to be, they're supposed to be counterterrorism. Like, they're supposed to be taking like tag numbers at like the tolls and all that stuff. But being that New York was the epicenter of the CV, and New York has 5G. The question is 5G in those towers also? Okay, those mysterious metal towers that the officials year after year didn't want to answer questions about. They said they were for counterterrorism efforts, and we know that New York is a hot spot for, 5G was in the hot spots for New York, in many places. I already did a video on that, you guys. It just makes me think of direct energy weapons being used every year, whether it's because whether it was used to cause fires. Now we have to worry about 5G because, of course, that's going to be used to help link up everybody's information during this contact tracing, and of course, for the mark of the beast. Maybe I'll talk about that later. I have some notes and stuff saved. But year after year, when she said that, it made me think about EMP that was in that dream and how year after year we had the fires, had some form of direct energy weapons. And now I think the biggest threat would be, of course, 5G. Okay. The people in New York, so many people have died from symptoms of what would be explained as effects of 5G. Okay. And it's only going to get worse during the tribulation. We're so close to going home. The Lord's not going to let them fry us with 5G. I'll talk about Starlink. Brother Tigran did a video on that, and that helped me get revelation of a vision that I put out, but his information on it, of course, went further than the revelation that I got from my vision, and just how close we are to the beginning of the tribulation starting. Okay, I'll be back to do another video. Mara has done something to my thing, and I can't look. She split. She split my keyboard. My son's up now, so maybe I'll have him help me figure out how to fix it. Okay.